Now, a Salem author is out with a new book helping people learn practical ways to engage with mysticism. We're so excited to sit down this morning with Catherine Marie to talk about High Five Your Spiritual Guide. Good morning, Catherine. Thank you so much for joining us
Thank you for having me. This is really exciting.
We're really excited to have you. We're talking about horoscopes, tarot, palm reading, those sorts of things. They are really gaining popularity as people want to engage in something spiritual, but they don't know exactly where to start. So can you tell us what inspired you to write this book?
It's actually the book I wish I had about 2 years ago when I first started having these feelings about my awakening. I started recognizing there was more to it than just coincidence. A lot of things, fortunately, were happening in my life that were just really positive, really blessed. And I started reading up on it. I started doing a little research, started talking to people, went to some workshops, and found out there's not much out there for those beginning. There's a lot out there for people who are really already engaged, but I wanted something that could help the reader go through the journey with me.
Certainly, and I know, for readers, sometimes when you're about to embark on a book about spirituality, about self-help, there's a fear of judgment. But one of the things with your book is that this is a judgment-free book. This is a judgment-free enter into this world. Describe how that is.
I actually have exercises in there right out of the gate.
Okay.
Like chapter 1, you recognize stuff that's happened in your past that has been maybe spiritually connected, and you start thinking along those lines. And I talk about how to open up to it. I talk about how to use tarot cards, how to use crystals.
Wow.
So there's a lot of resources in there as well as just my journey.
Yeah, you were talking earlier about your awakening, all these positives, these blessings. When there are these moments or these signs, how do you recognize them? Or can you share a few examples of yours?
Well, it comes down to, I hate a gut feeling. That's not my favorite term.
Yeah.
But that feeling inside you when you know something is just right. I'm sure you both have experienced this getting where you are today, that you've had moments where you thought, yep, this is what I'm supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
This is the right choice to make. And it happened instantly. And if you didn't overthink it, then you got where you're supposed to be.
There you go. Yeah, it's about kind of honing into that intuition. And again, the signs, you talk a little bit about spirit guides. And actually, it's an interesting word because it's not something that, it's also in some Hispanic cultures, like with Dia de Muertos, they talk about alebrijes, right? Like spirit guides, these people that are talking to us from another world. What do spirit guides mean in your book? They
are a helpful presence.
Okay.
I don't want it to be people think that there's necessarily like a ghostly being next to you. It can be just, like I said, that feeling inside you. It can be simply that. Or it can be an animal that you find gives you guidance or comfort. Or it can be a being. It can be a superhero with a cape if you want to imagine it that way. It can be whatever you want. But again, it comes back to that feeling. I do a lot of journaling with them, like free writing. And that's how I communicate with my spirit guides. And I recommend that as a good place to start.
Yeah, it makes their presence a little more tangible to you.
Absolutely.
So we know, obviously, when it comes to spirituality, and especially with the mystic, there are skeptics out there. Can you be a skeptic and still have a spiritual life, in your opinion?
Absolutely, yes. I would have to say I am one.
Yeah.
I come from a computer science background. Everything was very black and white. Everything had to be proven.
Yeah.
And I've learned that there's more to it than that, there is spirit, but I still have doubts at times.
Yeah.
Sure,
Yeah.
that's natural. Life
Yes.
is more than ones and zeros, if I'm even speaking in the right language.
Right,
And
exactly.
I'm not a computer science.
Yeah, so what is the recipe to balancing the ethos and logos of it all? Because again, you see people that are in very analytical careers, people that are very successful, now saying to themselves, I need to turn to something greater than me to move forward in my life. How do you balance that?
You start doing a little meditation.
Okay.
And I do mean little. When I say meditation, a lot of people turn off. They're like, oh my gosh, I can't sit still for even, I'm talking 30 seconds.
Truly.
Take a deep breath, open up to it. There you go, exactly. Just open up to it and think, I'm here and I'm listening. And you can get that connection.
I mean, you're here, I'm gonna try it.
Yeah, do it.
There we go.
Oh, okay, well, I'm going to keep asking the question.
Yeah, go ahead. No, she's
Dead air's
sending
our
me
enemy.
out.
Catherine, where can people find your book?
They can go to innercompassmedia.com. That's actually the publishing company that is publishing the book. I created that. But that's where the book link is. That's more about me. That's more about my social media, so they can go there.
All right.
Awesome.
Well, congratulations, and thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for sharing your insight, Catherine. Appreciate having you on. You can learn more about High Five Your Spirit Guide. It is available right now. Find links to get your copy by checking out this story on coin.com.